Hey everyone, so today I wanted to review a ton of products that I've been testing out from Sephora. Today's video is kind of like a speed review style video slash haul update because I wanted to update you on everything that I picked up during the Sephora VIP sale, as well as a bunch of products that I've tried since then. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I love filming these videos because I can talk about multiple products in one video. I'll try to keep the reviews like actual speed reviews, so I'm not spending 3 minutes on each product, but I wanted to just chat about these products, let you guys know which ones I love, which ones did not work out for me, and just kind of my feelings on all different products. I tried some new brands, so I'm excited to talk about them. You can find all of these products at Sephora, so I'll link them in the description box below, and let's jump into it. I do want to say thank you to Karma for sponsoring a portion of today's video. Karma is such an essential tool if you do any sort of shopping online. I've actually been using it since 2016 and it has saved me so much money over the years. So I'm excited to chat about that in just a second. I also wanted to let you know that we are giving away two $250 Sephora gift cards. I have them right here, so make sure to stay tuned until the end of the video if you're interested in entering to win these. You guys will have to let me know if this happens to you, but something that happens to me quite a bit is I will purchase something, typically makeup or hair products or even clothes, and then a week later I will see them on sale and I get so frustrated because if I had just waited I could have gotten them for a discounted price. I feel like that happens to me a lot. So something that I love about Karma is it will actually notify you when the products that you save to your account go on sale so you can get them for a discounted price. When the product goes on sale or it comes back in stock, if it was out of stock, you'll actually get notified through an email or a mobile push notification, so you can be the first one to grab it once it is discounted or back in stock. So I save a lot of things to my Karma account, things on my wish list, things that I'm just thinking about trying, but I always make sure to save all of my essentials, just the things that I buy over and over again. For example, I saved the Urban Decay Brow Blade and the IGK Dry Shampoo because those are products that I pay full price for, but they do go on sale on occasion, so I have them saved to my account. Karma actually notified me that they were both on sale on Sephora's website pretty recently, so I got them for 50% off, which is such a good deal because they are a little bit more expensive. So Karma is a free Chrome extension and an app that is super easy to download. It's completely free. I'll put a link in the description box below so you can download it for yourself. One of my favorite Karma features is that it actually finds and applies the best coupon codes for you. So you don't have to sit there and search for one that actually works because Karma does the work for you. I was actually shopping on the H&M website not too long ago. I was picking up some baby clothes and some home decor, and of course I used the coupon code feature and it got me $40 off my order, which is amazing. I'm telling you, Karma has saved me so much money over the years. Now this is a special feature that you can use on your computer, so make sure to download that Chrome extension. Karma has a lot of great features. You can plan and organize your shopping by saving items that you want to buy from over 50,000 stores into different shopping lists. So I have one for makeup, one for hair care, now I have one for the baby, I have one for home decor. So it just keeps you a little bit more organized, and you can even earn cash back on your purchases through Karma, which is really cool too. You can get Karma's free Chrome extension just in time to shop all of these spring and upcoming summer sales by clicking the link in the description box below. You guys will love it. It will save you so much money. It really is such a staple for me. So thanks again to Karma for sponsoring this portion of today's video. So let me start with this. This is the Sephora Favorites Clean Me Up Kit. I purchased this for $32, but it's an $86 value, and I thought it was a nice way to try out a bunch of products. I personally like the idea of trying minis rather than buying each individual full-size product, and there were products in here that I was really curious about and brands that I hadn't tried previously. Now this kit is currently out of stock. I did save it to my Karma account, so if it goes back in stock, I'll let you guys know on Instagram, but I still wanted to review the individual products inside because I have been testing them out. There are 6 products in the kit, so I'm going to go from my favorite all the way down to my least favorite. My favorite product in the kit is from Item Beauty. This is the Lip QUIP Lip Oil, and I have the shade Come Through. Now in the kit, I did get a mini gloss, but it was enough that I was able to try it out and realize that I absolutely loved it, so I ended up purchasing the full-size gloss. Now the mini one does come with a little bit of product. That's the only thing. If you fall in love with one of the products, you'll probably go through it kind of quickly. I mean, depending on what it is. I used that lip gloss quite a bit. I haven't had this for, a crazy amount of time, but it really did become a staple of mine, so I ended up buying the full-size version. The full-size gloss isn't super expensive. I think it was $14, but I absolutely love this formula. First of all, it smells amazing. It definitely has like this fresh peach scent, which I think is so perfect for the summertime. I love the colors so much. I've really been into like these warm orangey, like light red corals that are a little bit more sheer. That's very, very specific, but I feel like it's such a good color for summer, kind of similar to what I have on my lips today. I guess it's kind of like a lip oil, lip gloss hybrid. It's super comfortable, not sticky, it's really hydrating, and I think it's a really, really nice formula. I definitely want to try additional shades. I just feel like I have a lot of lip gloss in my collection right now, but this one is going to be one of my go-tos for the summertime, and it's definitely my favorite product from the kit. The next product that I really like is this one. I have tried this before, but I just thought it would be nice to have a little mini version as well. This is the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. I haven't had this in my collection for a while, but this is a really nice mascara. I just want to note the prices that I'm putting on the screen are the full-size prices, not the minis. And if there is a mini available, I'll put that price on there as well. But just so you know, with the overlays, this mini isn't $28, the full size is $28. This is a good all-around mascara. I definitely get some volume, I get some length, I find that it lifts and separates my lashes. It's not necessarily my #1 mascara formula, but I do think it is a really nice option. I think I got it in a FabFitFun box a few years ago. I used it up completely and I've been using it again, and I do enjoy it. I would say it's probably one of my favorite mascaras that I can find at Sephora. So this is definitely my second favorite product in the kit. The next product is from KUSH. This is their 10-second eye gel watercolor eyeshadow. So I have the shade Heat. This has really bad reviews, and I think it's because I believe KUSH used to have a product like this and then they reformulated it, and from what I've heard, this formula is not as good as the older formula. I never tried the older formula, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but I feel like this performs well enough. I think it blends out very easily. It stays in place. I don't experience any patchiness or unevenness, and it really didn't crease on me really badly. I think my issue with this product is that it just doesn't look like anything special on the eyes. There are so many drugstore versions of liquid shadows. My favorites are the e.l.f. liquid shadows. I also have some from Flower Beauty, some from Essence, and I just don't think you really have to spend more than like $4 or $5 on a shadow like this. So for me, I would never pay $15 for a full-size version because it just didn't look really interesting. It looked kind of lackluster, a little bit dull, kind of boring. The next two products are things that just didn't work for me, and I do think that I've heard good things about these, so you know, it could come down to personal preference. If you guys have tried these, you'll have to let me know what you think, but I will definitely not be buying the full-size version of these. In fact, I probably won't even finish the minis. I'll just pass them along to someone else. The first one is from Merit. This is the first product that I've tried from Merit, and I have heard good things about the brand in general, so if I'm missing out on really good products from them, please let me know. But this is the Shade Slick Tinted Lip Oil, and I have the shade Marrakesh. So I'm all about lip oils these days. Lip oils, lip glosses, I cannot get enough of them, but I don't like this formula. And it's the first lip oil formula that I've tried in a long time that hasn't worked out for me. First of all, I just find that it doesn't last on the lips. Lip oils are not typically the most long-lasting thing, but I don't want to have to reapply my lip product as soon as I'm in the car. For me, that just doesn't make sense. It doesn't last long enough for me to actually, you know, get to my destination and be out with the lip product on. I don't know. The color is really pretty and it looks really nice initially, but it only looks good for like 5 minutes and then it's gone, even less than that. So I don't know. Do you guys have that experience with this? Again, I know lip oils don't last forever, but this one really has like the shortest wear time out of any lip oil I've tried. So I don't think I'll even be wearing it again. I'll probably just pass it along to someone else to see if they enjoy it. I think the color's pretty, but other than that, it just didn't work for me. I have to say, I was so excited to try this product from Tower 28. They make some of my favorites. Their lip glosses are the best. I love their blushes. And this sounded like it would be so perfect for me. It's the Tower 28 SOS Daily Rescue Facial Spray. This product has a lot of claims. It's supposed to soothe, purify, renew. It basically said if you deal with like easily irritated skin or really red skin, this was going to calm it and reduce redness. My skin is always red. I don't have rosacea, at least I don't think so. I was going to check with my dermatologist next time I went, but I don't have a lot of the signs of rosacea, but my face as a whole just tends to be kind of red. I have sensitive skin, it's acne prone, so I thought something like this sounded really nice. I will say it feels really good initially when you spray it on the skin, but there are so many sprays like the Smashbox Primer Water, although I think that's been discontinued, and similar products like that where you can just spray them on before you do your makeup and they feel really refreshing. So I don't necessarily need it for the feel, but I will say after using this product, I didn't notice a reduction in the redness on my face. I didn't notice that my skin necessarily felt more calm. It just felt like I was spraying any sort of facial or priming spray on my skin. Again, I've heard good things about it, but it's just not something I'll continue to use if I didn't see an actual difference. The last product in the kit is something that I haven't really used enough to share a full opinion on. This is from Saie. It is the Glowy Super Gel. So I'm not ranking it in my 5 products. I just wanted to mention that I'm still in the process of testing it out, but so far I like it. This is more of a first impression because I've only used it like twice. A lot of liquid highlighting products really intimidate me, or they're super over the top, but this one is a little bit more subtle. So you can use it as a primer, you can mix it in with foundation. I've only used it as like a primer so far, and I felt like it did give my skin a really beautiful glow. And then if you go over it with a lighter coverage product, you can kind of see that glow, but it's not too over the top. So I'm going to keep testing this out. But overall, I would say, you know, I did like about half the products from the kit, but I think it was a really nice way to try out multiple products and multiple brands. So I don't regret buying the kit, and I'm really happy that I found one of my new favorite lip gloss formulas. The next thing I wanted to talk about is another Sephora favorite set. This is one of their mini mascara sets. I've always wanted to try one of these. This one actually comes with 5 mini mascaras for $29. But it's $48 in value. This is such a good deal in terms of value because for me, mini mascaras last a long time. I'm always curious to try out different formulas, and you get the chance to try out 5 different formulas, and then inside you actually get a voucher so you can redeem it for one of the full-size mascaras after you try them out. So I did choose one, and I got a full-size one, and you can use it online as well. But I wanted to share my thoughts on the 5 different formulas in case you were thinking about trying any of these. So let me start with my least favorite, and then I'll work my way up to my favorite. Again, I'll put the prices on the screen as I talk about the products, but these are the prices for a full-size mascara, not a mini. But my least favorite out of the 5 was this one from Cali Ray. This is the first product that I've tried from the brand. This is their Come Hell or High Water Tubing Mascara. Based on what the wand looks like, I really thought this would work well for me, at least on my bottom lashes. It looks like the type of wand that would grab onto your lashes and then just lengthen them really well. First of all, this mascara does not apply well to my lashes at all. It was so hard to build up. I just don't find that it layers very well at all. And that can sometimes be the case with tubing mascaras in general, but as I applied this one, it almost looked worse. It clumped all of my lashes together and it made it look like I had like 3 big lashes and then no other lashes. I don't even know how to explain it other than the fact that it looked so bad. On top of that, it's very, very difficult to remove. I feel like the main selling point, or one of the main selling points when it comes to tubing mascaras, is that they're really easy to remove, but they stay in place really well throughout the day. So I will say this one does stay in place well on the lashes, but it is so difficult to take off. It feels like you're trying to remove a waterproof mascara. I would use a cleansing balm, and then I'd have to go in with micellar water on top of that and then go back in with more of it, and no matter what I did, I could not get all of the mascara off my lashes. It was impossible. That was after just trying to take like a little bit of warm water to remove the mascara, because typically you can do that with tubing mascaras, but no matter what I did, no matter what my removal process was, I still had mascara left on my lashes at night. I think that's the worst mascara that I've ever tried, to be honest with you guys. Okay, so enough of that. Moving on to number 4. I had tried this mascara in the past, but I wanted to try it out again. It's the Milk Makeup KUSH Mascara. So I will say that I don't dislike this one as much as I used to. When I had tried this in the past, it really irritated my lash line and it just made my eyes super itchy. Thankfully, it didn't do that this time around. So I don't know if the formula is different or my eyes just aren't quite as sensitive, but when I did use this product, I didn't experience any irritation, which was really nice. It removed really easily. I didn't have an issue with that, but it still doesn't look great on my lashes. That was my other complaint about this initially. When I use this product, it just doesn't do anything. It looks really, really natural on my lashes, which is not the style that I typically go for. I usually want more volume, more length, and this one doesn't give me any volume, and it really doesn't make my lashes look long at all. It barely looks like I applied mascara. So for me, I will not be purchasing this again, but I am happy to say it didn't irritate my eyes this time. Number 3 is the Ilia Fullest Volumizing Mascara. I was really curious to try this out because I had tried the other Ilia mascara, and I have to say out of the 2, I definitely prefer the other one, the Limitless Lash Mascara. I think that that one is better, just in my opinion. If you guys have tried both of them, I'm curious to hear what you think. I think that this one does a decent job at giving your lashes volume volume and length. It's easy to build up, but you can only build it up to a certain extent. You don't really get super dramatic lashes, which again is totally fine. If you have really good natural lashes, I think you would like this formula because there's no clumping, there's no smudging, it stays in place really well. For me, I usually want just a little bit more volume when it comes to my mascaras, but I do think that this one is a nice option on days where I don't want anything overly dramatic. I really like these last two mascaras. I feel like they're kind of tied for first place. Initially, I did have one a little bit lower than the other one, but the more that I use them both, the more that I love them both. So I did redeem my voucher for one of them, but I think I'll end up buying the other one as well once I use up the mini. So originally at number 2, I have this one from Item Beauty. This one is the Lash Snack Lengthening Mascara. This is such a good mascara. I love the formula. I love the brush. It kind of surprised me because based on the way this brush looks, I didn't think that it would be a favorite of mine. Typically, I do like something that has more of like a fluffy, bristled wand rather than a like spiky plastic wand, but this does such a great job at lifting and lengthening the lashes and also separating them. So they look super long, really dramatic, and I just don't have a lot of mascaras like that. If you're someone who doesn't like any clumping and you want a really good lifting, lengthening mascara, then this one is a great option. Like I said, I will definitely end up repurchasing this once I use up the mini because I think that it is such a good formula. Now my number one mascara is probably this one from Saie. This one is the 101 Lengthening and Lifting Mascara. This one is just an all-around good formula. It does a really good job at separating my lashes, but I also still get a really good amount of volume and length. There's no flaking or smudging throughout the day. This one also builds really well. So after you apply the initial layer, you can go in with more and even a third layer as well and definitely build up the drama. So I do think it is a little bit more of a customizable mascara and you don't get any clumping as you build it up. In the end, I'm definitely glad that I tried this out. For the price of like one high-end mascara, I got 5 minis and I got the voucher. So essentially I got a full-size version of this for that price as well. So I used this product in a testing new makeup video for the first time, but now that I've had the chance to use it a little bit more, I wanted to come back and share an update with you. This is from Danessa Myricks. It is the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. I really like the way that this preps my skin before I go in with foundation or another complexion product. Because it has such a nice smooth texture, it just evens out my skin tone. I do deal with a lot of texture and I deal with breakouts, so I find that if I take a little bit of this product and just kind of apply it in any of those areas, foundation glides over them so nicely. And because this does have a little bit of a hint of color, it almost corrects my redness. So I can go in with less foundation or whatever complexion product I'm using. They do market it as like a super mattifying product or something that's really meant to control oils, but as someone with extremely oily skin, I don't necessarily find that to be the case. I do think it mattifies my skin, especially initially, but I find that by the end of the day, my skin still looks pretty oily. So I would love to hear your thoughts with this. Or your thoughts on this. I feel like it has gotten a lot of mixed reviews because it's such a unique product. I really don't have anything like this. I will say that it does crease on me a little bit, which is another reason why I don't like to wear it on its own because I will use it typically to prime my eyes as well. And it's nice because it covers redness, but if I don't set it with an eyeshadow or go into my eyeshadow right away, it does tend to crease. Same with the rest of my face. So it's not going to dry down to a complete matte finish. It's more skin-like, but I do like it. So I'm going to keep playing around with it, but I wanted to share my thoughts now that I've had it for a few weeks. I do enjoy using it, but I don't think it's going to be for everyone. Let me share my thoughts on some blushes. I have been on such a blush kick lately. I just think there are so many good formulas, and other than lip products, like blush has been my absolute favorite. I've been applying it a little bit differently. Instead of focusing it like right up here, I've kind of been focusing it in like this area, and I just find that it's maybe a little bit more flattering for my face shape. I've also been loving just like a beautiful warm blush, kind of like more of a sun-kissed glow, and there are just so many good formulas out there. So I did pick up 2 of the Bare Minerals bronzers. Initially, I got the shade Kiss of Copper, which I love so, so much. And I liked it so much that I actually went back and purchased, or I went online and purchased the shade Kiss of Pink. This is such a smooth, blendable formula. It gives your cheeks the most beautiful glow, but it's not too over the top. I feel like this really does give you like that true, I've just been out in the sun all day sort of look. It's a little bit expensive. I mean, it's a $25 blush. The packaging feels so cheap. It feels like a $4 blush from the drugstore, but the actual formula makes up for that because it just looks really good on the skin. Like this blush really adds a lot to my face. Like if I just do my base makeup and then throw on mascara and brows, sometimes I feel like my face just looks so dull and so tired. Probably because I am tired, but I feel like this just kind of adds like a nice, beautiful flush to the skin and makes me look really awake. I finally picked up one of the LYS Beauty blushes. This is their higher standard satin matte cream blush, and I went with the shade Kindness. You know, when I had heard about this blush initially, they call it a satin matte cream blush, which threw me off because typically you don't hear the word matte associated with a cream blush. But I understand, like after using it, I get it because it's not an overly creamy formula. You're not going to get like a really intense, dewy, luminous glow. It's definitely more subtle. It just has like a very subtle, slight sheen. If you're someone who doesn't want like an overly creamy cream blush, this is the formula to try. I would say it's somewhat similar to like the e.l.f. putty blushes, but it goes on probably a little bit easier than that, and it has a little bit more pigment. The shade that I chose is a little bit softer on the cheeks. I'm sure you can build it up, but typically I do go in with a lighter hand, and I love it. I think it is so nice for everyday wear. I also like this product because it goes on really nicely over powder. So I think that this really is like an ideal cream formula for people with oily skin because you can layer it over powder. It stays in place really, really well. It's not overly glowy or luminous, and the price point is amazing. So I am so happy that I finally tried this. I think it is a great option. I probably will try another shade or two down the line, but I've been going a little bit, crazy with the blush lately, so I should probably slow it down. The last blush I wanted to update you on is this one from Patrick Ta. This is one of my favorite purchases from the Sephora VIB sale. It is the Double Take Cream and Powder Blush, and I have She's So LA. So I'm wearing this on my cheeks today. I have the powder, and then I layered the cream on top, and I love this product so much. This is worth every single penny to me because I have used it nonstop. It is my favorite everyday blush. I just think it looks so pretty on the cheeks no matter what I'm wearing. And I can go in with the powder and it looks really good. I can go in with just the cream and it looks really good, but I love to layer them together because they just really enhance your cheeks in such a pretty way. Now, when I initially tried this, I think I said that it was a lot more subtle than I thought it was going to be, but you can definitely build this up. If you go in with a heavy hand, you can get more of a pigmented look, and I just think it is such a gorgeous blush. I don't buy a lot of, I don't know, is Patrick Ta considered luxury? I guess I would say so. Like the LYS blush is $16, the Bare Minerals one is $25, this is $34. So that is definitely one of the most expensive blushes I have in my personal makeup collection, but it really is such a gorgeous option. Like I could see myself hitting pan on this eventually because I wear it so, so much. Speaking of Patrick Ta, I did pick up the Major Dimension 2 Rose Eyeshadow Palette. I've used this in a couple of videos. I think I actually have 2 different Get Ready With Me's using this. So I'll link them in the description box below if you guys want to see it in action, but I love this palette. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to rank. I think I might do like a mid-year palette ranking, so that should probably be up soon. But by the end of the year, I'm sure this will be in my top 3 because it is such a gorgeous palette. It's one of the best palettes that I've tried in a really long time. I don't think I've loved anything as much as this since trying like maybe the Natasha Denona Retro palette, which wasn't that long ago, but I just think it's gorgeous. The shimmers are so intense, really vibrant. I love the color story. It's not a super like true neutral palette, which I think a lot of people thought it was going to be, and I think they might even describe it like that online. You're not going to get like staple neutral looks out of it. It's definitely more of a rosy toned palette, more of a warm toned palette, but it is stunning. It's so gorgeous. I feel like it will be perfect for the summertime, but also the fall as well. And it's definitely one of my favorite purchases from the Sephora VIB sale. I also picked up the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette, and I don't know. I feel like I hyped this up in my mind. I think I thought I was going to love it a lot more than I actually do. Don't get me wrong, it is a really pretty palette, but I definitely don't use it as much as I use Mercury Retrograde or Naughty Nude from Huda Beauty. I just find that these colors don't necessarily jump out at me as much. Like, I don't get as excited to use this palette as I do the other two that I just mentioned. The formula is good. I do feel like maybe it's not quite as good as the other two. Like, the shimmers are not as intense, the matte shadows are not as creamy, they're almost a little bit more powdery. And I don't know, when I use this, I feel like I have a harder time putting looks together than I do with the other two. As of right now, I don't necessarily think it was worth the price tag for me because I'm not getting enough use out of it. And I do think maybe it was a little bit overshadowed by the Patrick Ta palette because I purchased them at the same time and I love the Patrick Ta palette so much. I've reached for that one nonstop. So I feel like I haven't really had the chance to use this one as much as I would have liked to, but for whatever reason, it's just not jumping out at me as much. I just want to share my thoughts on a couple of lip products. I'll kind of run through these quickly because I have talked about them in quite a few recent videos over the last few months, but I wanted to share my finalized thoughts. The first one is from Makeup by Mario. This is the Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. I have the shade Apricot Glow. I'm actually wearing this today. This was an instant favorite. From the first time that I wore this product, I knew that it was going to be a favorite of mine. It looks so smooth and glossy on the lips. It gives your lips like this rich, juicy, hydrated look. It has a little bit of a cooling feel and I just love it. It actually has pretty good wear time. We went on a date night the other night and I applied it before we left the house. I didn't even bring it with me because I did feel like maybe this would melt in the car. Like, it's such a soft product. It's probably not something I want to keep in the car. So anyway, I applied it to my lips before we left. We went to my parents' house, dropped the baby off, then went to a restaurant, ate dinner, picked the baby up, hung out with my parents for a little while, came home, and I feel like I still had a little bit of color left on my lips. But the entire time, it feels so moisturizing, so comfortable. It looks glossy and beautiful. Honestly, I can't say enough good things about this. So I did pick up the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump because I do like the original Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips, which I do feel like the Makeup by Mario lip products and the Tarte lip products are very, very similar. But I think I like the Makeup by Mario ones just a little bit better. I don't know if it's because of the shade that I have or the fact that I find that it lasts on the lips a little bit longer, but I think out of the two, I would prefer this one. I think they are similarly priced. I don't know if they come with the same amount of product. The Tarte product has 2.7 grams and Makeup by Mario has 2.3. I think the Tarte products are $1 cheaper. So a little bit less product, a little bit less expensive, but I don't know. I think I prefer the Makeup by Mario one just a little bit more. So anyway, I picked up the plumping version of the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips. I got the shade White Peach. So I love the original one, so I was excited to try the plumping version, but honestly, I don't notice a big difference between the two formulas. If you guys have tried the original and you've tried the plumping version, please let me know what you think, because the only difference that I see is that the plumping version has a little bit of a cooling effect. Now, I do think I got a bad shade. I mean, it's a pretty shade. I got the shade White Peach. It looks really good on top of a lip liner or a lipstick, but it really needs something under it because when I wear it on its own, it just doesn't do anything for me. The color is so sheer that it doesn't really show up. So I feel like maybe I should have gone with a different shade. I'll definitely continue to use this because I love wearing these over lip liners and lipsticks because they feel so glossy and look really pretty. But again, I don't think there's a noticeable difference between the two formulas. So I would say if you're happy with the originals and you kind of just want to try out the plumping version just for the plumping aspect, save your money. There really isn't a big difference, but there are additional shades, so it just kind of depends. I got the Tower 28 lip gloss in the shade Pistachio. I love this. I feel like this might be my favorite color out of all of them so far. I love wearing this one on its own, but also over lipstick. I think it is a really pretty pink, and I'm very picky about pink lip products, but this one is super flattering. It's a really nice, like, light nude pink that has a sheer wash of color, so it's not anything too intense. So I definitely enjoy this. The last thing I picked up was actually a fragrance set. I actually left it up in my bedroom, but I wanted to share an update on that because when I did my Sephora haul, I told you guys I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it. It was from Nest, New York. It came with 7 mini fragrances, so it was $40, but it was a $70 value. And when I purchased it, I thought they actually, or I didn't think they were roller balls, but they were roller balls. And I told told you guys in that video that typically I'm not a big fan of roller balls because I feel like they're not as strong, they don't last on the skin. I was definitely wrong because those fragrances are super strong, even in the rollerball format, and they do last on the skin really well. I also feel like you get such a good amount in each one because I've used each scent multiple times and I've barely made a dent in them. So I am so glad that I bought that because I'm just not someone who wants to commit to too many full-size fragrances. I feel like I like to switch it up, and when I use fragrance, I don't typically use a ton of it, so using up an entire bottle will take me a really long time. Let me just pull this up on Sephora's website because I did find a few favorites. So I actually bought this because I wanted to try the Golden Nectar scent. I just thought that sounded really good, and I think that's like my least favorite out of all of them. This one is a blend of warm golden orchid and suede amber with vanilla and musk. I don't know, I think it's maybe more of like a fall winter scent for me. So that really isn't my go-to out of the whole kit. I think my favorite is actually citrine, but this one has lemon blossom, lotus flower, and freesia. It smells so good. It's such a fresh scent that I love to wear in the morning because it just kind of wakes me up, and I've really been enjoying that one. That one has really been my go-to. I'm so glad that I bought that, and I'm so glad that I tried it because in my haul video, I asked you guys if, typically I don't love rollerballs, should I even try it? And a lot of you guys were like, just give it a shot, and I'm so glad that I did. So thank you guys so much for your recommendations. I'm really impressed by the lasting power, the intensity, and it's been nice to try out a bunch of different scents. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Karma and I are giving away two $250 Sephora gift cards, which I'm so excited about because I feel like $250 can get you a lot of really fun products at Sephora. So I have them right here. I'll mail them out to the winners once I choose them. So to enter, all you have to do is download Karma. I'll put a link in the description box below so you can download it on your computer and the app on your phone if you haven't already. And then just create a list, a Sephora wish list, and save any 3 products to your list. So once you do that, come back to this video and just leave me a comment sharing the 3 products that you added to your list. Just include your Instagram username so I can contact you. There are a lot of like weird scams going around on YouTube, and I want you to know that it is me when I contact you on Instagram. You'll be able to go to my account and make sure that it's actually me. So just leave your username, exclude the @ symbol because YouTube will typically mark those comments as spam, but I'll choose winners in 2 weeks. I'll verify it's you, and then I'll mail out your gift cards. The giveaway will be open for 2 weeks. I'll put all of the information in the description box below, but just make sure to enter before it closes. And don't forget to check out Karma. I'll put a link right at the top of the description box below so you guys can download it and start using it. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys very soon with a new one. Bye.